All right, good morning, Central Texas. Welcome to the second half of KISS Community Connections on My KISS 103.1. And we have another guest. His name is Jackie Brown. And I don't remember meeting him, but he said I met him at a workshop. So I met him at a workshop. But I come across a whole lot of people. And like I said, he's doing something that I love, something for youth, something positive for youth. And I always like to hear that. So good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing great and I'm ready. So what are you doing for our young people? What do you have?
Basically, I have it's called Total Package Youth Sports and Performance Academy. And what we do is, we cater to the youth athletes around town. I would like to cater to them all around the state if I could, all around the
When
world.
you can, you mean?
Yes, when I can.
There you go, because you'll be able to soon.
Yes, but first I want to start with my community.
There you go.
And so basically what it is it's a youth sports and performance educational and career service learning opportunity for youth athletes. Basically what we do is we focus on the 6 dimensions of wellness. And basically what we do is we give an assessment to them. And based off of what they tell us, that's how we provide resources and things like that for them. But we focus, like I said, we focus on the athlete, the youth athlete. Right. And so not only the athlete, but also the performers. So if you dance, or if you, doing a debate club, or just performing. So I teach them how to perform under pressure by giving them a mental skills training regimen. And so what I'm trying to do is a 4-week mental training workshop where, I teach them how to set goals, teach them how to focus, teach them how to be positive, teach them how to transition, not only transition, but also how to deal like conflict resolution, like she said. And so basically I need some help doing all of this. And so what I'm doing is trying to reach out to my community. And I have a lot of programs, a lot of ideas. I have field trips set up for like college visits. Not just the regular college, but college like Art Institute, where the kids are interested in, broadcasting and, the studio recording and things like that. And so it's like a supplemental, career service learning opportunity where they can actually, practice on their writing skills, their public speaking skills as well. Also, just be exposed to the opportunities they have in the long run. And, that might help them focus on that instead of the streets.
You mentioned one that I love is most of our children aren't being taught the art of debate. Right. That's a heavy thing to learn because most youth will walk off upset with the art of debate. They don't know how to handle it. And I think that's one thing all kids need to learn, how to handle the art of debate and what it is exactly. Because a lot of kids go, I can debate, and they need to know, no, it's not that way. It's not off the cuff. Right. It doesn't work that way. Right. So that's a great topic, but our kids don't learn it anymore. And I got some people that could help you with that. Okay. I know some people who've been trying to do it for a while, but they'll help you do the art of debate. I know some people that will help with that gladly.
And that's great. Like, I always like the debate, that movie called The Debaters.
Yes.
That's kind of like how I want it. I want everybody not just specializing in sports, but also finding something outside of sports that they can give back to the community when they get older. And that's basically what I'm doing. And so what I did was sports psychology. That's what I'm almost done with my doctorates. And so I just have a dissertation. And during my process of being in school, basically I came up with this program. Well, there was a lot of doubters and things like that saying, well, you're working on this, but you don't have any money. How you going to get this? How you going to get that? And I didn't know. I just knew I was reading a book called People Over Profit and The Laws of Business Success and The 9 Declarations of Regaining Your Independence. Those 3 books and the Bible, all those 3 books made me pretty strong candidate for not having money and making connections throughout the community. but the kids, you know, it's hard to reach the kids through, you know, you got to go through barriers before, you know, you can actually get to that kid who really needs my help. And so I try to build the community up and try to get us all together. But it's just sometimes, you know, in the heat of the battle, everybody doing their things, they're forgetting that the kid's mind, you know, is like cluttered right now. Yeah. And they're trying to perform, like be coached. And it's just like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And so basically, if a kid doesn't have food, shelter, water, or, you know, security, they're gonna move into that next phase of their life where they don't have, you know, that they're not gonna obtain that quality or that characteristic that they need to have in order to be social.
So when are you gonna start your program?
Probably next week. Well, I've started it already. I've been doing it by myself.
Okay.
And so I've been having to do the promoting, the marketing, everything. And so I reached out to Carper's Cove last week, and basically they hired me as a service provider and a subject matter expert. And so now I get to just run my program, you know, with their support, and they're going to promote, market, and recruit kids for me. And I just have to do my thing. And that's focus on that kid and make sure that their family, you know, they're a part of their family.
I know I'll connect with you. I know some people who can do what you asked.
Okay.
Yes, and if when they listen to the show, they're gonna know who they are. Okay.
Yeah. And so when it comes to like the performance and sports and things like that, I have ideas like the archery club. That's practice on hand-eye coordination, cup stacking, you know.
Not cup stacking,
The kids love it. You have to use both sides of your brain at the same time.
No.
Yeah, that's, if they have that. Then,
you don't understand.
Why?
I work in elementary school.
Oh, yeah. So
we've been doing cup stacking.
Every year.
Every year.
And the jump rope for heart, all of that.
Trisha, you know about cup stacking too? See, she knows.
I know how to teach the 3-cup stack.
No, what is it, 5? Yeah, it's 5.
It's 5?
See, she knows. I
thought it was 3 and 6.
No, it's 5.
It's 5.
She knows.
Yeah, and so I like learning all of that. I like learning all of that. So, you know, I'm pretty versatile.
You like? Wait, hold on. You know about cup stacking too? See,
they love it. They love it.
Y'all like it? You know, it drives us crazy. Whew.
They love it. They love it.
And then I have OCD, and the cups would have to be, for me, the cups would have to be the same color, because I can't do this red cup. Anyway, Trisha over there.
What's going on in your head then? Like they can calm all that down, and they're right on the money.
But I'm OCD. I have to have they all be the same color.
Wow.
I'll stack, but I can't have the red. But no, it's not coordinated. Well, Trisha would be in your cup stacking.
Yeah. But we always need a balance. We need folks like you as well. But you know, also we have like I know a few young kids right now that are into like gymnastics right now. That I know this one kid. His name's Jax Ryder Millsap, and he was 5 years old, and he taught himself how to backflip. You know, he was watching YouTube videos, and he just was interested in it, I guess. And one day his dad told me, "Man, my son just did a flip in front of me." He was like, "Watch, Dad, watch him do this." And they don't have any gymnasts in their family or anything.
Right.
And he did a flip, and now he's flipping away. Like he's like in Dallas winning competitions and things like that. And he just started this year.
Wow.
And so I want to highlight that.
Right.
I also want to highlight, you know, we also have like young golfers as well, and we also have like the sleeper sports like tennis. You know, just so basically what I came up with was I have an idea to do like a youth sports radio show, like an ESPN for kids.
Oh wow!
And so, and so like highlight highlight their achievements.
Yeah.
And, you know, make stories on them.
Yeah.
You know, have like also the Sports Illustrated book, but for kids. You know, and so basically the kids get used to that environment that they're gonna have to deal with later on. And you know, I was in college and whatever, and that's how I came up with all this, because it's really for me to clean my streets up. And because I grew up on these streets, you know, and we used to have clubhouses, you know, back where Palo Alto was and stuff like that, in Killeen. And that's where we were. We were playing football, you know, all day, or riding bikes everywhere around town, and returning home on time. And so now it's like parents are worried about their kids even trying to do that. And so the kids are suffering from that. You know, they can't really go far. They have to stay in the house, so they have to find something to do.
And unfortunately, it's video games.
It's the video games, and that's why I want to take them to the Art Institute to let them know that, you know, you can make money off these video games, as well as even just be a tester. Like they can test the video games and get paid for it. And so we just got to point them in the right direction. And I think with you, you know, being my elder and you being their elder, I'm a little younger, you know, I think it'll work if I can find somebody that's closer to their age, because it is about who they listen to. That's going to be close to their age. That's who they're probably going to listen to more of. And then when they've been through it as well, like maybe a grade level above them, and they're like a seasoned vet in the game, and so what's gonna happen is they're gonna listen to them more because they just look cooler. It's like how the Avid class works, and so they use us to basically be models, you know, model the behavior that you want the kids to have.
You know, our young men need a whole bunch of models, because unfortunately some of them see the wrong models too much, and they emulate that because that's all that they see. And so do our young ladies. I had a group on here last year. I had a group of girls, 4th and 5th grade, that ripped women to shreds. It was justly needed, but they ripped women to shreds. They were saying, you know, how the women come pick up their kids from school and they're on the cell phone, and they're on the cell phone all the way home, and the kid got to tell you something happened in class, but you're on your cell phone, so they can't talk to you. You know, they talked about the parents who go out to dinner, parents on the cell phone, you eating dinner with your kid, but you're not eating dinner with the kid, you're on the phone. So, and they talked about the men, and one young man, his statement, I wanted to laugh. I did laugh, but I wanted to really laugh, so later on I did, because he said he was tired of his mother's boyfriend sitting on the couch with his underwear, eating pork rinds, watching TV.
Whoa.
Yeah. Trisha go but that's what he was tired of. Yeah. Because, you know, and when he said that, I'm like, whoo. Okay, I bet your mother know who you're talking about right now. But what happened after that is a bunch of men contacted me to take those boys to breakfast, because they wanted to talk to them, you know, to let them know that not all men are like the ones you described. But the thing I liked is that those boys talking and the girls talking, because I did the same thing with girls, they got some older people kind of way. Hold on, wait, we're not all like that. Wait a minute. You know, they were against the wall, and they was like, okay, hold on, we're gonna take them to breakfast, okay? You know, and let them and talk to them, find out what they want, because it shook them, and they wanted to know, why'd you do that? I said, that's why I did it. That's why I did it, because we are looking at it and we see it and we say, oh man, it's wrong. But seeing things that from their vision was totally different. You know, they saw things that we didn't pick up on. You know, like they saw the lady with the hair on her shoulders today and down to her knees tomorrow. You know, so we say we pay attention to it, but they took it in a different way. So, and
that's one of my hashtags. Let us lead. So that would be the voice of the kids. You know, throughout for Total Pack. And what I say is let them lead us. You know, because sometimes we got to sit back and listen to. Because they're innovative, they learn real fast, and sometimes we just gotta, you know, I like to talk a lot too, but you know, sometimes we don't listen to them and actually engage in the activity that they're trying to do, or what they're any knowledge that they're trying to give us. We think, you know, we don't need it because we're older. Also, just
he
like
said, oh, wait a minute, did you hear that? He said he older, really?
Yes, I am.
He's older.
I'm older. I feel a little bit older these days. But the kids keep me young, you know what I'm saying? So basically, you know, I really care about you know, the environment that the kids grow up around.
Yes.
And I mean it, you know, to the fact that, you know, I chose to, you know, I'll give my life for this program because it's for the kids, so nobody can't take it from them. I don't care who's coming in, who can't afford it, or if they can, or if they can't, or whose mama is who, or who daddy is who. This is the kids' facility. And so, you know, some kids have been ripped of their, you know, their childhood, you know, basically if they became famous, or, you know, maybe somebody told them, well, you're not going to make it in, or you can't be the president, or you can't do anything. Well, we can do anything we want to do. And not just if you put your mind to it, but if you just believe it all the way, and you try it, and you keep failing at it and failing at it and failing at it. It's your next thing you know, you'll become a genius at failing at it. But you'll know the solutions later on down the road to tell somebody. And it's kind of like how the genius work. You know, he just sits in his laboratory every day, all night, and he just keeps trying and trying and trying until boom, he comes out with the answer. Yeah. You know, and that's what I want our kids, I call them the future ambassadors of our next generation, because they're going to be our voice. They're like our voice right now, because my generation isn't saying anything. We're sitting in a house basically looking at each other, you know, what you going to do? What you going to do? Like, while the streets are just going mad. And what, you know, the people who are out there going mayhem, you know, they have children too, and they need to understand that. And so if they can't keep up with them, then bring them on over to me, and I'll give them something to do, and we'll become leaders. We'll become leaders to each other and also to our community, and it'll flourish.
How old? What's the age group of the kids that you?
I start at age 3, and I go all the way up to age 18.
You know, in my class, I work with special needs kids, but one of the kids in our class is amazing because at 4 he can do a chin up.
Yeah,
and you know, and as special as he is, but we go to the playground for a recess and whatever. And one day he grabbed a bar. I'm thinking he is going to fall. You know, I'm thinking he is going to fall. He's not going. And you know, so I went close to him, not close enough to let him know I'm gonna come and get you, but I moved over a little close. Yeah, he did one. I'm like, you know, and I said, do another one. He did it again. I'm like, whoa. I say that's some tough strength for a 4-year-old. Yeah. You know, and then we were coming back in, and some of the boys, bigger boys, were playing basketball. So, you know, they're 4th and 5th graders. Here's this 4-year-old down here. He can't shoot, but he knows how to dribble the ball. Right. So we're looking at him again, and he was dribbling just like anybody else would, and he knows how to take the shot. Naturally, I says he's not gonna make it because he's short. But to him, it didn't matter whether he made it or not. Right. He didn't care about making it. He just cared about dribbling and shooting it. That's all he wanted. He did. But the point is, he's been watching somebody somewhere because he mimicked moves of a player. Yeah,
and you know, that's what we know. Basically, that's what works. Modeling behavior. I mean, they tried to do it back in the day when they let those kids watch all that violence on television. And next thing you know, then they try to observe them. Yeah. And, you know, the kids were doing exactly the same thing that was going on the television. Well, if we put it in in a different way to where it's positive, you know, basically like what I do is I first ask the kid, what is your dream? You know, and then they'll tell me. And so from then on, I don't change it. I don't even say anything bad about it. I say, well, I need you to make 3 goals of how you're going to get to that dream. And if they don't know what a goal is, I make sure I tell them what a goal is. Cool. But I make sure they say it in their way. A 3-year-old told my class after her mom said, he's not going to tell you. He's not going to tell you what the definition of a goal is. I said, just watch. I didn't know. I just had faith in him. And so I asked the question, and he was like, a plan? And, you know, and I was like, I just was in shock, you know. I was like, you are right on the money with that. You know, I wouldn't even just said that. Yeah. But to put it in one word, and it's so meaningful, that's exactly what it is, a plan. What's your plan to your dream, you know? And if you don't get it, like, what is your plan to go back in and try to do it? Until you give up and change, you know, that's when I'll come in. But other than that, I'm gonna watch you grow through it all. So like you said, you were going over there by the boy, just in case he was a fall. Well, basically what we do sometimes is, as adults, is we're fearful of the things, you know, that we used to be fearful about for our kids now. And so as they're climbing that tree, like, no, you're gonna fall, because we know that we fell before. Or we seen somebody fall, but they have never seen anybody fall. They've only seen people just doing it. Like, you know, the kid who flips, he's only seen them flipping really, really well. And so when he tried it, I guess, you know, like they're angels. So he was, boom, just turned it over and he made it. I know when I was in second grade, I tried to do a backflip and I almost broke my neck, you know? But that's how I started turning over, like, all the way and being successful at my backflip, because I didn't want to break my neck, because I heard it crack one.
So how can parents reach you?
Total Pack Youth Sports and Performance Academy on Facebook, or Jackie Brown. And you can also reach me at Total Package YSP at gmail.com. And so that
wait, hold on. No.
What's that?
Here comes your lesson. Here comes a lesson for you. Trisha, when I asked her how to get her information, and she gave me all ways, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
so she gave me all ways because you have people with a smartphone who don't use it smartly.
Right.
So she gave me a phone number. Because our age group would have told us to give the phone number.
Yeah,
your age group just gonna give me Facebook page and all the social media.
I'm unorthodox. Hey.
So our age group will say, here, this, and this, because we know to just to do the whole thing. Yeah. But your age group will give me, and I'm not. It's not a complaint, but I'm just saying we knew. You said that you gave me. I'm like, okay, But yeah, you got to remember. You have to remember that people have a smartphone, but they only use it. Some people just use it for calling. They don't use it for nothing else.
Yeah.
And they have one because society has forced you to get one because your regular phone don't work anymore, so you got to upgrade it.
Right.
So you have a phone number that they can call you at?
It's 254-415-0824.
Okay.
My name's Jackie Brown, and I'm with Total Package Youth Sports and Performance Academy.
He got it.
All right, and you know, you can hit me on Instagram at total underscore pack underscore elite underscore youth elite underscore sports. So Total Pack Youth Elite Sports with the underscores. I don't know how that the underscores got there, but I don't remember me putting them there. So, okay. But that's my page.
Okay, so now I need to ask Trisha a question. She gonna say no, she didn't.
Yes.
Okay, during your No More Violence, is there a space in there for Jackie?
Sure. I'm already working on it. And the thing about it is, he just don't know that I love to see young people in leadership positions.
Yeah.
And I am really loving to see young people become like a news anchor. When he said having that, what an awesome opportunity to have them young people to start interviewing people while they come in the convention. Just use them, because he's talking about starting a radio show. Yes. That's how you can use them. Start giving them hands-on practice. And hey, you all for it. Anywhere you want to see, you want to work the church, you're
okay. I'm gonna offer you a challenge.
I love that.
You ready? You really ready?
I would always say.
Oh, okay.
One more thing that we do.
Okay.
And it's important to me is we do have a leadership. I have a leadership program where I take them on a camping trip. And so that's why I teach them out there the team philosophy, you know, a mission, have a vision, have, you know, core values. But we come together as one and create our own, but we do it individually first. So I teach them about team processes and how to be a leader at certain moments in that process is you know, significant, and you can become a better leader if you can lead during those certain processes that go on. And so just basically informing them on how they work as a group.
But also a good leader is an excellent follower.
Yes, first they have to be.
Because a leader needs to realize sometimes as a leader, you have to be the follower.
Right.
And some people don't understand that. But what I wanted, my challenge to you is when you said sportscaster on the radio, when you get your group of kids and one of them is ready to do an interview, they can come on my show and I will stand right where she is and let them actually do it.
All right.
And I'll let them do it. I've done it before, and kids be like,
yeah.
You know,
I still got the kid in me.
they go, whoa. But I've let kids do it, young people do it, and I don't mind letting them do it because it gives them the chance to say, okay, I thought that could be me, but it can't. I froze or whatever. And I'm close enough to help them, you know, go along with it. But I'll offer that. I don't mind that.
And I hope the school system understands what we're trying to do with the kids, and that's public speaking. So give them a grade for that. You know, writing as well, to write the story up. You know, so give them a grade for that. Also, they're working with equipment, video equipment and things like that, technology. I know some of them kids can make programs at a young age already. And so why do we even need to hire people all the time? Let them build into the program and let them have it. Because what are we going to take? We can't take anything with us. And so give them the knowledge, what we're supposed to give, and then, you know, watch them grow and let them take care of us a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So let us lead.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming on Kids Community Connections and talking about what you're going to do for young people. Because, like I said, I love when people are doing things for our young people. And I will assist you with some people that want to do the things, but they don't have the platform ready to do it. So you do have it, so they can easily come to you and teach the kids, especially the art of debate. And as far as history of some sports, such as people don't realize that karate is an African sport. It was developed in Africa, not anywhere else. And so Jupiter teaches that. But he teaches the art of karate, but he tells you where it came from. You did.
I never knew. Out of all the college I've been through, I never knew.
But he teaches kids karate, but he teaches you the history of it. You know, so as you learning it, you also know the history of where it came from. Because like you said, you didn't know. Well, you would sit to go, really, what? And here he teaches the kids all those, the safe way. He teaches them African stick fighting.
Okay.
He teaches that to kids.
All that.
Yeah. But he teaches that to kids the safe way. And he has all, so he would love to do it for somewhere else. He would love it.
Yeah.
He would like that, but yeah, karate.
And one thing I'm trying to do, and I need y'all, okay, is I want to build a children's library here and make it geared towards, you know, the things the kids like. So make that kind of library as like a modern day library where the kids come up with the topics and things that they want to have in the library.
Yeah, I know somebody you need to talk to.
And so, you know, it'll have stuff like the art of.
I know somebody you need to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I call it the School of Free Thought. It will be located in the School of Free Thought. So we celebrate y'all free minds, you know.
You need to talk to Horace Grace, but okay.
Horace Grace?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I want to thank everybody and you for coming on Kids Community Connection to talk about what you're doing for our youth. I want to thank Trisha for coming on and for you two to start supporting each other, which is what it's about, because it builds in a positive way. And I want to thank everyone for listening to Kids Community Connections on My Kiss 103.1. And I want you to always remember, you cannot live a positive life with a negative mindset. We'll talk to you next Sunday. Bye now.